just in the last 10 years. There's a country, a developed country in our world, a really nice place, and I've actually visited there 10, 15 years ago, where silver alone has gone up by 7,000%. And if I have that correct, that means 70 times. 70 times. We're going to talk about that in this video. And what we really want to hone in on is, can it happen here in the United States? And I'm going to answer that question for you as well. I really appreciate everyone being here. Please do that. Press that thumbs up. Let's talk about a country. Well, you want to hear a story about a country that I visited, again, before I had kids 14 years ago, with my friend Little Ricky. He had a free airline ticket. We went to Buenos Aires for a week, the Paris of South America. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful place, an awesome, beautiful city, very sophisticated. Most people in North America, I never hear about people going to South America for vacation. Everybody wants to go to Italy. Or Italy's the big one. We're going to Italy. It's like, oh, I don't want to go to Italy. I've been to Budapest. I've been to Prague. I don't want to go. Go to Buenos Aires. Trust me, it's a beautiful place. But what you'll find and what has happened, this is a fact, a math. I got a chart. I'm going to show it to you. The price of silver in the last 10 years has gone up 70 times, which I think is the same thing as saying 7,000%. And we're going to talk about why, and we're going to talk about, can it happen in the United States? Thank you, Pimbex. Sponsors are important because I can't do this without sponsors. Pimbex is important to me as well because it's a company that I worked with before they even sponsored my channel. I trust them. They have the best selection. They have the best customer service. And then what's that other thing that's always important? They've got the best darn prices. Pimbex, P-I-M-B-E-X, Pimbex.com. That is a price of silver in Argentine pesos starting in November of 2013 and ending over here today. Exactly 10 years. I pulled up an exact chart. All right. So if you look at that, 10 years ago, an ounce of silver in Argentina would have cost you 123 pesos, roughly. You know what the price is today? 8,700 pesos. It's gone up by over 70 times, 7,000%. But what caused that? What do they call that? Parabolic move, right? Well, you know what happened in Argentina, right? That caused that to happen? They got too much debt. And they had to start defaulting on their debt because they couldn't pay it. First Mining Gold is a development company advancing two of the largest gold projects in Canada. Springpole in Ontario and Duparquet, located in Quebec, each already has 5 million ounces of gold reserves, but exploration initiatives are underway at both projects to find even more gold. First Mining is well-financed, has zero debt, and owns an interest in 4 additional Canadian gold development projects. And now they've got this new president, Javier Milei, who's an old soccer player. I'm an old soccer player. You may not know that. He's an old soccer player, a goalie. Well, I played soccer. I went through college on a Division I soccer scholarship here in the United States of America. And I'm going to tell you, and I love the goalies. Don't take it, but the joke around soccer is the goalies are crazy. Okay. So this guy was a goalie, like a professional. So he was really crazy. And he's like a far right wing guy that's been elected. He's got all these, like what a lot of people are saying are extreme, crazy ideas. But what happened in Argentina that caused the price of silver to go up 70 times, can it happen in the United States? Do you think it can? Does it sound similar? The government of Argentina borrowed too much money and continued to borrow too much money. The country of Argentina for a number of years kept kicking the can down the road. Does it sound familiar? Right? Does it sound like after the long-term capital management crisis in the United States, the tech bubble crisis in the United States, the 2007-2008 financial crisis, which none of these bankers got in any trouble over, right? That we've been kicking the can, right? The can got bigger. It turned from one of those little cans they sell now, like everything that shrunk, but that's a different story, to a 12-ounce can, to one of Susie's 16-ounce Miller Lite cans, to a 40-ouncer can, like I used to drink of beer, to like a paint can, and then it turned into a 5-gallon bucket. And now, you know what happened to Argentina? And where we are getting that all of a sudden that can turned into a 55-gallon steel drum. You know what I'm talking about? One of those big steel drums, and they couldn't kick it any further. And it caused a currency crisis, a sovereign debt crisis. And it caused this, guys. It caused the price of silver to go up by all that, right, parabolic move. And Let me just, I want you to consider this. I know America's exceptional, and I believe it. I'm actually very patriotic. I only complain about this stuff because I have a First Amendment right to do so. And, right, I don't like what's going on. You probably don't either. But we got to ask ourselves a question. Is the United States subject to the same laws of mathematics as Argentina? We are. In the end, we are subject to the same laws of supply and demand, the same laws of mathematics, right? The same laws. Maybe we can, because of our powerful stature in the world, defer certain things, but at the end of the day, we are subject to the same laws of mathematics. I don't like what's going on. I don't, okay? But this is a visual demonstration in 10 years what can happen to the price of silver. Isn't that kind of, sort of, on a muted scale, what happened here in the United States of America in the 1970s? And aren't we in a position now where fiscally, geopolitically, socially, things are as bad or worse right now in the United States as compared back to the 1970s? Think about it.